Rodgers also right now tied with Josh Allen as the second favorite to win MVP at Caesars Sportsbook. Ahead of him is only Tom Brady, who is a fellow three-time MVP. If either of them wins, meaning Brady or Rodgers, they will join Peyton Manning as the only four-time winners of the MVP award. And quickly, Dianna, you were at their game this past week. You had that game, which was a statement win against the Rams. What did you take away from Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, his ability to just get rid of the ball as quick as he does. I mean, in person is the fastest I've ever seen a quarterback able to do that, especially with an offensive line that is beat up as they were against the Rams, having full control. And you talk about Aaron Rodgers at 38 years old. I think at this point, his understanding of the game, his mentality, that's where you see him at his peak. This is where we've seen the best Aaron Rodgers because he's understanding. He has an answer for everything. Nothing confuses Aaron Rodgers at this point.
As I'm watching him right now, Damien Woody, 3 or 4 times per game, every game, he makes a play that if any other quarterback made it, we would show it on their highlight reel for the rest of their lives. Sure. This is the one I keep coming. Oh, no, that's not the pass that I'm talking about to Cobb, I don't think. This is the one where this ball just gets by about an inch and a half over the hands of the linebacker and into the hands of Cobb. He makes that play. Look at it here. Look routine amongst all of them. I would suggest to you right now, D. Wood, at the age of 38, I think Rodgers is playing the best of his entire career right this minute. What do you think?
I wouldn't disagree with you at all. I really wouldn't. I mean, considering the fact that look at some of the parts, some of the people that have been missing from the Green Bay Packers offense. They're all pro left tackle. David Bakhtiari hasn't been there. I mean, just all different types of guys have been missing on that offense. But the one constant, Aaron Rodgers, has been chugging along. Even with this toe injury that he has, still playing, probably, like you said, the best ball that we've seen him play his entire career right now.
We know everything about the Packers without Aaron Rodgers because we saw a game without Aaron Rodgers, and it was awful. So that tells you how good he is.
Right. And it was awful with a guy who was a first-round pick and has been in the system for a year and a half or whatever that's worth. So it does raise the question here. Right now, who's the MVP of the league? I said yesterday I think it's Rodgers, but you just saw on your screen, Tom Brady is currently the favorite. Josh Allen's in the discussion, and there are other names. So let's throw them up there. Dianna, if you had a vote, maybe you do have a vote. Who would be the I don't know. I don't have one. Who would be the MVP of the league right now if you were voting?
Yeah, giving me way too much credit. I'm going to actually go with Aaron Rodgers, though. From what we've seen, I think he's a clean front runner here.
D. Wood.
I'll see you age 38, and I'll go with age 44 and Tom Brady. I mean, the guy's on pace for 5,300 yards and 46 touchdowns. We're talking about 44 year years old, people. 44 years old in the National Football League, and this guy hasn't had a drop-off yet. To me, I factor that in. His age is just phenomenal the way he's playing right now. I'm going with Tom Brady.
Yeah, if you think about it, Aaron Rodgers is 6 years younger than he is. In the last 6 years, Tom Brady has had a Hall of Fame career. Right. If he just had the last 6 years, Tom Brady would be a Hall of Famer. Lewis, who's the MVP of the league right now?
Yeah, it's definitely between Tom and Aaron. I'll go with Aaron simply because of what he has had to overcome in Green Bay in terms of, movement along the offensive line. He's had 3 different left tackles. He's missed. His weapons have all been in and out of the lineup. He's been in and out of the lineup. He's been dealing with some injury, and he hasn't been practicing. Look, down in Tampa Bay, everything really for Tom on the offensive side of the ball, minus, obviously missing Gronk for a while and still missing AB. The offensive line has been solid. The running backs have been solid. He still has Mike Evans, one of the most prolific pass catchers since he came into the league. So it's really, it's a toss-up between the two. But what Aaron has done, given what he hasn't had on a consistent basis in terms of players being available to him, really is remarkable. And he's playing in that matrix level, just like Tom Brady is, just like the great ones always do. He's dialed in a way that you just don't see quarterbacks get dialed in historically. And when you do, they win MVPs.
So, Bart Scott, you live to be a contrarian, but I have to believe you would pick one of those two guys.
Well, if I was talking about somebody that's in the matrix, somebody that's doing something we've never seen before, somebody that's playing better than he's ever played, and somebody that's a reigning or former MVP, I would have to go with Lamar Action Jackson. Every week we try and figure out how the Ravens are going to win the game. Who has the best record in the AFC? That would be the Baltimore Ravens. Mm-hmm. You talk about what Tom Brady didn't have, what Aaron Rodgers didn't have. What doesn't Lamar have? He didn't have Hollywood Brown. He didn't have Bateman for the majority of the year. Oh, his all-pro left tackle is gone as well when you talk about Ronnie Stanley. And all he's on pace to do is throw for 4,000 yards, something more than what he's ever thrown for, and rush for about 1,200. Tell me what quarterback in the league is capable of putting up those type of stats, period.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.